Hi guys, Narelle Cook from Canine Pharmaceuticals. And if you've ever been confused about the best type of omega-3 fatty acid for your dog, so think, flaxseed oil, fish oil, or krill oil, for example, then you absolutely need to join me for this week's Thursday's Thought. So this is going to be a bit of a whirlwind because this topic absolutely deserves a podcast. There's so much that we can go into that we just have to skim over one aspect of it today. So bear with me. But basically, there's a lot of conflicting information on the internet about the different types of omega-3 fat. So I just want to touch on krill, fish, and flaxseed oil today and the benefits of those. So firstly, if we want to measure the amount of omega-3 fatty acids in the body, there's what's called an omega-3 index. So it's a test that measures the amount of EPA and DHA in red blood cell membranes expressed as a percentage of all the fatty acids in the membrane. So think about it, if you've got more EPA and DHA, then naturally you're going to have less of other fatty acid types in that membrane. And the reason they actually did this study is because alpha-linolenic acid, which is abbreviated to ALA, and I'm going to struggle to say that the whole time, but that comes from flaxseed oil, and it's often promoted in pet food as a really great source of omega-3 fats, implying that it's an effective precursor to EPA and DHA. So if you look at the pathway of omega-3 fats, at the very beginning here of the pathway is alpha-linolenic acid, and that needs to get converted down to EPA and DHA. So it's only EPA and DHA that have the anti-inflammatory properties and that are attached to all the amazing health benefits that come with those anti-inflammatory properties. But in humans, only 5 to 10% of ALA is converted to EPA, and even less, 2 to 5% of ALA is converted to DHA. So we need to be consuming a lot of plant-based omega-3s to get those anti-inflammatory benefits, whereas marine sources are naturally high in EPA and DHA, so we only need small amounts of those for the benefits. Okay, so coming back to this study, so they had two groups of dogs. One group they fed flaxseed oil, the other group they fed krill oil. The study went for 6 weeks. At the end of the study, what they found was that the omega-3 index had significantly increased in the dogs fed the krill oil, but on the contrary, EPA and DHA both significantly decreased in dogs fed the flaxseed oil. So that's definitely not what we want. And they're just saying here that, that suggests that preformed marine EPA and DHA sources are actually what's needed in dog food. Otherwise, our dogs just aren't going to get or meet their requirements for EPA and DHA if we're only relying on plant-based sources of omega-3, such as flaxseed oil. So that's that study. Similar study here, and both of these studies are current. This one's 2023, I think the other one was 2021. So, really recent research looking into this. Again, this study is assessing the omega-3 index. They had 3 groups this time. So they had dogs that were given krill oil, dogs that were given fish oil, and dogs that were given flaxseed. This study went for 4 weeks. At the end of the study period, they found that the omega-3 index levels were only significantly increased in the krill group and the fish oil group, and there was no significant changes in the flax group. So their conclusions were that only marine omega-3 fatty acids resulted in a significantly increased omega-3 index, with krill providing the highest increase. So that's interesting because we often just think, our go-to is fish oil, but this study actually found that krill oil was more effective. And if we see what that actually looks like visually, the great thing about this study too is that the omega-3 index for the 3 different groups were similar at the beginning of the study. So that is important in terms of the validity of the results at the end of the study. So you can see here, krill, fish, flax, same baseline omega-3 index. What's sad though is that all 3 groups had suboptimal omega-3 indexes, which meant that they actually needed to be supplemented with an effective omega-3 source just for general health and well-being. So after the 4 weeks, you can see here krill significantly increased omega-3, followed by fish, followed by flax, which wasn't significant. And then they also looked at the ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 and then arachidonic acid, which is more of a pro-inflammatory molecule compared to EPA. And what they found here, so again, baseline very similar for all groups, but after 4 weeks, the krill for both the omega-6 to omega-3 and the arachidonic acid to EPA were reduced, which means there's been more of an anti-inflammatory effect happening in the body. So we actually want to see a lower ratio of these two indexes as, you know, to signify a health benefit. So again, krill had a better anti-inflammatory effect, followed by fish, followed by flax. So they're basically saying, you know, the shorter chain, like I can never say it, ALA from flaxseed, it's not an effective precursor for EPA and DHA. It just doesn't get converted effectively to those longer chain fatty acids. But they're saying, they're not ruling out that flax or other plant sources of ALA, that they don't have other nutritional benefits for our dog. So it's not that we should write them off, but if you're looking for an anti-inflammatory product, so let's say your dog has osteoarthritis, then you really need to be looking at a marine source of omega-3 fats. And as this study has highlighted, krill is more potent than fish oil. And this was the puppy study, and what they found was that puppies in the first 4 weeks of life, when they're still suckling on their mother, can actually convert some ALA to DHA. But as soon as they stop suckling and move on to solid foods, then that ability pretty much ceases. And that's just highlighted here. So you can see there's no significant increase in DHA in puppies once they are weaned. Look, there's no secret that I absolutely love Antinol Plus. All of my dogs, I've got 5 dogs, they're all on Antinol every day, and they always will be. But the thing about, you know, high quality omega-3 fats coming from marine sources, and Antinol is a combination of krill and green lip mussel, is you can't localize an anti-inflammatory effect in the body. It's going to have systemic benefits. So while products tend to be just promoted for joint health or skin health or coat health, I am constantly using Antinol Plus to support dogs with pancreatitis, to support dogs with chronic kidney disease, you know, skin issues, allergies, behavior. Like, it's just endless the benefits you can get from a really good quality omega-3 product due to the potent anti-inflammatory benefits that it provides. So we sell Antinol Plus through the Canine Ceuticals website, so you can jump onto the website canineceuticals.com.au and have a read about it and access it there. But obviously, if you want to deep dive into all the other research involving Antinol Plus, go to the Antinol Australia website, full of really amazing information about the benefits of Antinol Plus for your dog, and also their social media pages, antinol.au, really interactive, really supportive. So, you know, join the community there for further information. If you need help with the use of Antinol Plus for your dog, please reach out to us at info@canineceuticals.com.au. But let us know in the comments, have you used Antinol for a traditional use, for joint support and mobility, for example? You know, how have you found that? Have you used Antinol for a non-traditional use, such as, you know, as I mentioned, pancreatitis or kidney disease or something else, and you're like, oh my gosh, wow, that had an amazing benefit? Let us know. I love to hear your stories, but I know it's really important to other pet owners as well, just to hear of other people's experiences. So if you could share that, that would be amazing. But look, thank you for another week of Thursday's Thoughts, and I will see you next week.